By now, you're supposed to be a quadratic master, so you should be able to solve anything of a quadratic form. So let's see what happens when it's a case where b is equal to 0. So there's no middle term. So here you've got x squared. There's no x term in here. So to solve this, imagine y equals x squared looks like this, and then you minus 9. So now the intercept is at -9. So you're looking for these two roots. This one's easy to do. You just add 9 to both sides, and then you square root both sides. When you square root both sides, you get the positive version and the negative version. Square root of 9 is 3, so you get positive 3 and negative 3. This one's easy. So this one here, have a sketch of what this looks like. So when it's small, it wants to do a straight line of gradients 9. So it looks like this. And then it wants to do a positive quadratic, something like this. So you're looking for these two roots. You're looking for when it equals 0. You're looking for this root here and this root here. So in a case where c is 0, when there's no constant, like plus 3, there is no constant here. C is 0 in our case. So when there's no constant, it's actually easier. So here you've got two blocks. X is in common, x is in common. Factor out the x. This times what will give me x squared. This times what will give me a 9. So when you factorize it, it will look like this. So now you've got two bubbles trying to multiply each other to give you 0. Either make this to be 0 or make this bubble to be 0. Well, if you say x equals 0, then that would be one solution, because 0 times whatever, it would be 0. And then if what can you put into this x to make this bubble 0? You can put a -9 in there. It turns out that this here is 0 and this here is at -9. So for this one here, same technique. X is in common, x is in common. But the thing is, the number 2 is in common, because you can visualize the 8 as a block of 2 times a block of 4. So 2 is in common. So you can actually factor out 2, and the x is in common as well. Factor out the 2x. So this times what will give me 2x squared? Well, it turns out to be x. This times what will give me 8x? Well, I need a 4, but there's a minus there. Anyway, to factorize it, it will look like this. So, hang on. When you sketch this, it wants to do a gradient of -8. So it's going downhill, and it wants to do a positive quadratic. So it looks something like this. You're looking for equals 0, so you're looking for this point and this point. What is this point here? This one here, you can see is 0. Anyway, here you've got one bubble times another bubble. How can I make this bubble to be 0? Well, I can put 0 into the x. X equals 0 is one solution. That's right here. This one here, let me think. Oh, this one here, it will be 4. So you can put a 4 in here. So this turns out to be the number 4. Okay.